We're kicking off something a little new this week where we're going to start celebrating people. So many people that helped make this all happen and share some of their story. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to invite Gary Johnson, who normally sits over here on the keyboard, but Benny, our drummer, his daughter's getting married, so Benny's not here, so Gary's filling in on the drums today. Big hand for Gary. Come up here, Gary.
He's the gifted one.
Gary's extremely talented, and so we just, he does a whole lot for the church, so when we decided to implement this, I just felt like he would be a great person to start with, because I couldn't do what I do without Gary, and I'm just, I'm grateful and thankful. But so I just want to talk to you a little bit. So tell us, when did you come to the Lord?
Well, we came down to the Gulf back in 2015, and the reason we retired here from Omaha is because my wife Susie, sitting over here, get that video up. Her parents retired down here from South Dakota. Like it was 20 years ago, and they've passed on now. But from visiting them, we got to know the place. So when I retired in 2015 from the power company in Omaha, let's go. So here we are, and we love it.
So what drew you to the church and ultimately led you to be part of the band?
Well, Susie was down here buying the house that we picked out, and I was still in Omaha, and she came to church here. We went to a few other churches, and when we were down here before, but I had to go back up because I couldn't retire right away. So Susie came to the church at the Flora-Bama, and so she told me, she says, "Oh, you got to come to church at the Flora-Bama," and I said, "Church at the Flora-Bama? I don't think so." And she goes, "No, really, you got," and I'm going, "A bar?" She goes, "Yeah," and I went, "All right, I'll give it a try." And I walked in, it was about 5 minutes, and I went, "I get it. I get it. Here it is." So yeah, it's just been great.
And then how'd you come into the band? Tell us how that happened.
Got into the band. Well, when we first came here, I met Steve. He introduced himself to me, and I met the old pastor Joe Brantley. And they introduced me to Jeff, the worship leader, and I told him I was a guitar player. And he asked me if I was interested in playing in the band. And I said, "Yeah, but y'all don't need another guitar player up there." And he said, "No, we don't." I said, "You need a keyboard player." And he says, "You play?" And I went, "No, but I have one because I have a recording studio, so I have keyboards. And I know simple chords, that's it." And he says, "Well, give it a try." And I'm like, "I don't think so." He gave me some charts. He says, "Go home and work on those." So I was doing a recording session for a local musician here who's an atheist, and he's in the studio, and he looks over at the charts and he goes, "What are those?" And I said, "Oh, the church at the Flora-Bama, they're trying to get me to play keyboards down there." And he goes, "You gonna do it?" And I went, "I don't think so." He goes, "Why?" He says, "I'm not a keyboard player. I don't want to get in over my head." He goes, "Dude, this is an atheist." He's, "Dude, you got to do that." I said, "What?" He goes, "When you're nervous and you're scared, that's what's going to make you a better player." And I thought about it. I go, "Yeah, you're right." So I said, "I'll do it." So here I am.
That's cool. That's really cool. So tell us what happened out there in that.
And since we were here,
out there.
And since we were here, I've been baptized out here.
Yeah.
My two sons have been baptized out here. My stepson, my stepdaughter have been baptized out here. So it's all just wonderful.
So being a part of this church and being a part of this thing means a lot to you.
This means a lot. And when I first started playing, the first couple of years, I'm scared to death, shaking, and I'm playing with my head down because I have to look at the keys. I can't look up. And so after a few years, I'm starting to get better. I actually know all the chords now. And now I'm able to look up and I can see what we're doing to people. And
That's it, man. That's it. That's a special feeling. That's a special feeling. And listen, thank you for stepping up here.
And thank you, Richard. You just couldn't do it without this guy.
Hey, I hear you. So, thank you, Gary.